So welcome all of you today, the opening ceremony of the 2024 and 25 year. Actually, I am very pleased to see the third, second, and fourth year medical students and PhD students, all of them as well. And I'm also very pleased to see so many year one students who will just start their PhD training. And we're very happy to see how the program developing. And we are really very thankful for Semmelweis University to be the incubator, the host of this meeting. And based on the rectors and vice rectors' decision in 2021, the Center for Translational Medicine was established. And this is now the fourth year we are starting. So actually, I am more than happy to ask the first presenter today, the welcome speech by the Vice Rector for Science, Research and Development, Peter Ferdinandi, to open the opening ceremony of the 2024 and 25.
Thank you. So I'm the Vice Rector for Science and Innovations, and actually I feel myself as in a progress report standing here, and for the new students you will experience how to stand here and how to present pretty soon actually. So I prepared a short presentation to introduce the university and the research development support system of the university, what all of you can use here. So maybe if you can launch my presentation. Okay, great. So I will just quickly tell about the science goals and the mission of the university. I myself, as I mentioned, I am a Vice Rector for Science and Innovation, and in my spare time I'm a director of the Department of Pharmacology and Pharmacotherapy, and also I act as an editor-in-chief for British Journal of Pharmacology, and welcome to submit your best pharmacology papers there. So then the next slide, please, if I can do it. So I introduced the university on its own for the new students. For the old students, repetitions deepens the knowledge. So Semmelweis University is a little bit unique university because it has a threefold mission, so education and research innovation and also healthcare. And this is unique because Semmelweis University owns all the clinics and the hospitals, and actually the portfolio is currently in an expansion. And this is a unique opportunity to do research and innovation directly in the university, but during healthcare. Okay, so the vision of the university is to be in the top 100 in the world, and actually we are getting there. We count the times higher education because the university is not a full university, so we don't have like IT faculty or engineering faculty, so this is a healthcare university, and the times higher education ranking is relevant for us. And we want to be in the top 5 in the EU by the end of this decade. And to do this, we need to be an engine of a healthcare and innovation ecosystem in the Central Eastern European region. Actually, we are getting there. So already Semmelweis University is in the top 300 in the world. And in the field of clinical and preclinical and health, we are already in the top 250. And what we are really proud of is that in cardiac sciences, cardiovascular and cardiovascular systems, we managed to get into the 31st place in the world, and in Europe I think it's at the 12th place. We are beating like Karolinska or Heidelberg and other universities which are well known, so we are getting there, and thanks for you guys, because the ranking is based on scientific output. Actually, 2/3 of the ranking positions are based on scientific and innovation output. These are some numbers of the university. what is important that we have more than 1,000 PhD students. Greatly thanks for the Translational Medicine Center. I will give some more figures. And what is also important that Semmelweis University bears the 2.5 million medical cases in Hungary, which accounts more than 10% of the total healthcare volume of Hungary. We have trainings in 3 languages, in fact 4 languages, because in Lugano in Switzerland there is also an Italian course in Italian language. And we have international campuses, you know the number of students, and what is very important that the percentage of international students are more than 1/3, and from 116 countries, but it's always changing. But it's over 100 countries all over the world. So the international campuses includes Hamburg, Germany. This is the largest campus not in Hungary. There are about 40 to 60 Semmelweis diploma is given out. This is only medical education there. But in Lugano, Bratislava, and in the surrounding countries, we have also international education campuses, and this is growing. And at the bottom, you will see the top 10 countries international from where the international students come. So Germany, Iran, South Korea, Norway, Israel, and so on. Asia is coming up pretty well. So Japan, Korea, and India, Iran is increasing. And then not only the graduate students, but the postgraduate students, the PhD students are very important, especially for TMC. And why PhD students a number of PhD students are important, because this is the basis of the scientific output, because you guys, you do the work, or we, the supervisors, we just tell you what to do, but you should do the work. That's therefore, we made a very flexible PhD programs. That means that anyone who decides to have a PhD can enter in any time, any time of his or her career. So even during your graduate studies, you can join to this MD, DMD, PharmD, MSc, PhD program. This is a parallel training during the studies and during the graduate studies, and you can start PhD. And on top of the conventional PhD programs, we have industrial PhD, individual PhD, and of course, the most important here is the Translational Medicine program, which is a very unique combination of residency training and the PhD program on translational research. So the scientific output, as I mentioned, based on the number of PhD students, which in the last 6 years increased dramatically, and on purpose. We are kind of reaching now a plateau what we can finance, but here you can see that also the international students numbers are increasing, and 25% of the students enrolled in the Translational Medicine program of all PhD students. So it was a very successful program because it has been started only 3.5 years ago. These are some numbers of the excellence in research and innovation. You can see everything is growing continuously. In fact, in the last 6 years, the scientific output mostly doubled at Semmelweis University. And this shows that not only the numbers, but also the quality of the publications increased. So the so-called Q1 journals is in the top quarter of the journal quality, that you see that in the upper blue line, this is gradually and steeply increasing. And also the impact of the publications are increasing. This is the so-called normalized citation impact. This should be very well known for all of you, because this counts the most on the quality of a publication, that how many people are citing your papers in a certain field. So it should be, actually the goal is roughly 2 of this normalized citation impact. These are the major fields. I don't want to get into details where we have the most scientific output. You see that cardiac and cardiovascular systems are leading. So this is currently how the university stays, and the future innovation strategy goals is to increase the innovation culture, because this should be further increased. We do business development, so we basically make business out of science, and I tell you why. And we develop core facilities, and to increase all of this, we need an R&D, research development innovation support system. So what is important that without business, there is no reason for the science, because for your scientific results should be turned into business, otherwise you can't help the patients. So whatever brilliant ideas you have, if you don't put it to the market, let's say it's a drug or a medical device, you cannot help patients. So without turning science results into business, there's absolutely no way to help patients. So this is the R&D support services at Semmelweis University. I don't want to get into details, but we have a very broad support system in the university. It's an internal support system. This includes the integrated translational research and doctoral program, which is run by the Translational Medicine Center. This is in the red circle. And all the others, if you have any problems, there's a dedicated email address and dedicated people. You can find them on the website to get into contact if you need any help. We need to boost up the innovation culture. Why? Because in Central Eastern Europe, what we need to develop is a number of companies around the universities who makes for scientific results into business. We have too few of these companies, so we have to really boost up these companies, and we hope that you will found your own company sooner or later and turn into a big international pharmaceutical company. I don't know how many of you have been in this summer school yesterday. There was it was only in Hungarian, but there was the president of the Béres Pharmaceutical was presenting, and he's actually the grandson of an inventor who had a brilliant idea, and they just founded a company, and now it's a mid-sized regional leading pharmaceutical company, for example. That was a good example. And to further boost up innovation, we are planning a science park in the 8th district to immerse all the students to science and business, how to turn science into business. Don't want to get into details as well. And Budapest is really a good innovation hub, and it's in a very nice location. And there's only one European level institute actually in Hungary, and this is the European Institute of Innovation and Technology, which is in Budapest in the innovation park near the Petőfi Bridge and the Rákóczi Bridge. And international investments are really, it's a good, Hungary is a top target for international investment, and especially I have to mention that this is really a tax paradise for research and development companies. Again, I don't want to go into the details, but I also run a group of companies and dealing with research and innovation, and we almost pay no corporate tax, for example. So that's why it's an investment opportunity here as well. So if you go home, just you can tell to your friends. So the take-home message is that, first of all, there's no limit of healthcare research and innovation, so only your imagination and your capability of working hard can limit the science and innovation output of you. And don't forget that to cure patients, science needs to be turned into business, otherwise there won't be a new drug. And also not only the needs to be turned into business, but no teaching as well, because, for example, in pharmacology we teach the drugs which are on the market, and all the drugs had to be developed to the market by companies. So think of being an entrepreneur, so start up your startup company, and if you discover something brilliant, as Peter likes this word brilliant a lot. So if you discover something or feel that you have an idea which are really good for business, just contact us. This is a tech transfer office at semmelweisuniversity.hu, and we will help you, okay? So thank you very much. And I wish you good success for your studies, and thanks for all the staff and heads, directors, vice director of TMC to do this brilliant job, because from nothing to get to 350 PhD students within less than 4 years, this is really something. So thank you very much. And unfortunately, I have to leave, so yeah, thank you.
Peter, brilliant. So thank you so much for the opening ceremony, and thank you for taking your very valuable time to come here to welcome the CTM students and staff. And now I am more than happy to introduce you what has happened so far at CTM and what kind of challenges you are facing. So actually, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Péter Hegyi. I am a gastroenterologist, internal medicine specialist, and clinical pharmacologist. Started my career at Szeged University after I'd moved to Pécs, and after in 2021 I came to Budapest. And currently I am the leader of the Center for Translational Medicine and also the Institute of Pancreatic Diseases. So what is our vision? Wherever we go, we must start the vision. The vision is very easy. We would like to science coming into healthcare. This is why we are here today. This is why we want to help you to learn new things. And why is it important? This is the second question, because it seems maybe just a couple of words, because if you look at the Eurostat statistical data, it's very, very clear that we need to do something, because the current methodology we use to bring the newest scientific knowledge for patients' care, it doesn't work very well. If we look at EU, annually 1.7 million people die, actually under 75. However, based on the data, 1.2 million deaths would be avoided. So if we use currently all the knowledge we have in medicine, everybody, patients, doctors, healthcare professionals, we could save over 1 million lives. In Eastern European countries, it's around 80%. 4 of 5 deaths can be avoided if we use all the knowledge. In Western Europe, where actually the scientific translation is more active, it's still 3 of 5. So we need new methodologies, how to educate people, how to change the curricula of graduate and postgraduate courses. So therefore, it's very clear after the vision statement to state the position of CTM, what is our mission, is we really want to take a breakthrough change in science, education, and medical training. What is translational medicine? It's not a new word. Translational medicine terminology were developed at the end of the 1990. And actually in the US they said there are 5 phases starting from T0 to T4, and all the parts needs to be done by different teams to achieve, to translate scientific knowledge actually for patients' benefit. However, if we look at sometimes the urge of the scientific benefits to come to patients' benefits, it's 17 years. 17. Unbelievable lot. So this model is not the best if we want to do something. Therefore, we actually made a new model. I have a privilege to be a member of Academy of Europea, which is actually the largest academy in Europe. And actually in this academy, I have to say that we have the privilege of having over 5,000 members, and 92 of them are already Nobel laureates. And we developed actually a model where we start educating healthcare professionals, patients, doing scientific activity, communicating it, and bringing back to life. And this is much, much faster than actually the model which is currently used. And we were very happy to see that one of the most distinguished journal, Nature Medicine, published actually this model, what we developed with Academia of Europea, and you actually are inside this model, in the educational part of the model. But as I said, why is this program? This is for patients' benefits. And I would like to show you 3 examples, and you will understand why you are here today. For example, here is an example that a resident doctor from Székesfehérvár Hospital came to the program and learned the basics of this model, and they published also articles showing that how the antibiotic usage needs to be decreased in patients with acute pancreatitis. She returned back to Székesfehérvár Hospital, and within a single year, she could decrease the usage of antibiotic with 31% in their hospital. This person hasn't defended her PhD yet. So the patient's benefit came in front of the own individual benefit. Here is another example. When from the Heimpál Hospital, doctors joined who treated CF patients, and they also learned how to turn scientific knowledge for patients' benefits. And normally, CF patients can develop in the CF patients diabetes mellitus. And the current guideline says that they have to be started to be screening at the age of 10. No, because they saw the newest data, they changed it at Heimpál Hospital and immediately started actually to screen it at the age of 4. And within a very short period of time, they could identify new abnormal glucose tolerance kits at CF with 30% earlier before they had any symptom like visual impairment or other diseases. It became again the patient's benefit first, then after the academic benefit. And the third example, again here, with Kata Illés and Tamás Horváth from the Bajcsi Hospital, when they asked the very simple question that what is the best method to operate cholesteatoma, which is a benign disease of the air. And based on their research, they found out that mastoid obliteration is the best model, and they published it in one of the best otorhinopharyngology journals. And she returned back to her hospital and started using this technique for all patients, and within a single year, they could decrease the recurrent rate with 30%. She hasn't submitted her PhD yet. Most probably she will in the next semester. So you can see that within this model, you will be a better doctor. You will be a better healthcare professional. You will have the ability to treat your own patients better than ever. So this program is to be a better healthcare professionals. And only secondly, to receive a degree of PhD. So what is the academic benefits, of course, besides the healthcare before the patient's benefits, is actually that also universities and people can get more degrees. And as I said, that actually this program were actually developed at the University of Pécs, and we had actually students there, and 37 which when we started this program, and now at Semmelweis universities became to be 347 students actually finally currently we have. This number will elevate because more students actually joined in the last week as well, so we will get over 350. And here are basic summaries of the results of 2021 and 24. Actually, and every week more and more articles coming, and currently we have over 1,280 published articles, and we also can see that the predicted impact factor of the years are going, and 40% actually of the articles are published in D1 journal, which not only the top 25%, but the top 10% of the journals. Here, actually, of the journals we could publish recently. If you look at the journal names and also the articles published, you can see a high level. And as I said, it's continuously growing. This week, Zsuzsanna Nagy and her team also could publish another article at JAMA Pediatrics, which actually growing continuously. But one thing is for sure, that we can publish this kind of work, what you are doing here, in the top journals actually of the field. So here is the distribution of the accepted published articles and non-published articles actually here. And what you can see that in year 3 students already published around 50% of the articles, and the other 50% is still coming, actually is still ongoing. So, however, you can see that each year we can develop. So here is a summary of all students currently at CTM. We have a little bit more female than male students here, which suggesting that also this is in the 21st century. It's also important to have like a clear gender balance. Here is the final number, which suggests that although we have around 350 people, only 2/3 of them are medical doctors. There are plenty of dentists, pharmacists, other healthcare professionals, even medical or other graduate students. So this is open for everybody, actually, who are with patients. Here is a distribution of the different fields. Dentistry and gastroenterology are the leaders' numbers, but if you look at pediatrics, obstetrics, and gynecology, they are really also on the top. So any kind of part you can easily join in. So here is the distribution of the students coming from Semmelweis University, coming from other hospitals, or coming from internationally. We can see a trend in this project very visibly, that in year 1, most of the students, resident doctors, came from Semmelweis University. And of course, there is a final number of resident doctors at Semmelweis University. So it's not surprising that the number is decreasing year by year. So this year, there were 21 resident doctors at Semmelweis University joining. We already have plenty of MD, PhD program. This is the number of 16. You can see, so currently there are 16 graduate students, Hungarian graduate students in the program. We are really very proud that the number of international students tremendously growing. Last year we had 19, this year we have 25. 2 of them are coming from graduate school as well, from the international team. And still it seems that this is getting a plateau of around 21 students coming from different hospitals, actually from Hungary. If we also look at actually the number of students, of course, these 11 numbers are went up tremendously, and currently, based on the last number, it's also elevated to be actually 25. So we currently have students, actually, no, I must say 24 students. It's always coming up. And this is highly important that the number of countries are tremendously growing. We have students from 40 institutes. So what is this program about? What is the difference between the program of translational medicine and a graduate regular PhD courses? The difference can be shown easily with 2 figures. One of the figures, I would say the old model, where there is a supervisor and the PhD students. You can easily identify who is the supervisor and who is the student, and they try to change a tire with a model that they, 2 of them, try to solve every problems, including statistics, informatics, data management, and data collection. So this is what we believe, a much better model than we had in the past. When you are in the middle, sitting in a sports car, and you are around with plenty of different experts who really knows what to do and what time and how to do. What is the 2 big difference between them? One of them is the teamwork. We strongly believe a team. A team, you know the team, together everyone achieve more. And this is the team, and this is why CTM is so successful, because we are working together. And this can generate a huge change a huge change in impact factors, a huge change in the outcome. PhD is the program, because with the force model, maybe you can change 4 tires within 30 minutes. In this program, like in the Ferrari, you can shorten it almost like to 2 seconds. So let's look at how this program looks like. So here you are in the middle of the program, and you are all surrounded with a really huge team. So what kind of educational format actually you can have? We have different formats. I don't want to go into the details. From next week, you will realize those who are in the program, they already know it. So we teach hard skills, including biostatistics, clinical pharmacology, and all of this part. We will teach from this season also soft skills. We are the very first part when we are doing it. And there is also a possibility for self-development. So if you stay at CTM later on when you doing your PhD, or even during your PhD, not only after the PhD, you can be graduated here as well. You can be assistant, associate lecturer, and actually so on. So one of the Nobel laureates actually said, who are visiting us, and I will come up with this, that one of the big benefits of the program that the research and patients care actually coming together. We of course also checking quality control, because this is also a must. Every week we are look at your performance, where you are, how you put everything together, and we are looking at your performance week by week and try to assist you if you stuck. So we are not helping you to learn new things. We are helping you when you stuck actually in the system. So how is the organization look like? What is the Ferrari team here? So I am very happy to introduce you. You will meet the people about the vice rectors. We have currently 6 vice directors. The general vice director is Gábor Varga, who is leading actually most of the staff. Dóra Czapáry, actually the vice director for network communication. Andrea Harnos, who is the director for biostatistics. We have Judith Zentai, who is responsible for operation and sustainability. And already we have 2 students who were graduated actually at CTM from the past. Szilárd Vancsa, who is leading the education and recruitment team, and also Rita Nagy, who is responsible for integrity and retention. Each year have a coordinator. So if you have any questions, always you can directly contact with your coordinator, Annette Rantz, who is the year 1 coordinator, Mahmoud Obadiat, who is a year 2 coordinator, and Alex Schulze-Wendings, who is a year 3 and year 4 coordinator. We have an office personnel, so when you come up for the 4th level or you need to coordinate in other levels, you just come up and you can meet our team, who friendly and very efficiently can help you to get answered actually to your questions. We have a huge SMS team. They are so-called the methodology supervisors. They will assist you during the process. They will realize when you need help and how to go forward. And I'm also very happy that we have, I think, one of the largest biostatistics team run by Andrea Harnos in all Eastern or Central Europe, or even whole Europe, who actually help you to get the best statistical methods for your questions to be answered. So concerning the year 2 and 3 and 4 as well, this is a combined part. So here you usually spend only 1 day with us, and you can already start or continue your working in your unit. So if you are a year 2 students, you need 1 day per week to be ready for doing science, or year 3, year 4. And we also meet here regularly. And you have a very detailed calendar. I think all students received it already. And there are 3 phases. And actually, in the progress, you start in year 1. We started at the first year with 91 students, and 74 of them finished actually the complex exam. We counted it. It means that 81% reached the complex exam. So 4 of 5 students who start here can reach the complex exam, and I think this is a very good number. What has happened with the forthcoming year? 84 started, 69 were there. I just counted it, it's 82%. So again, 4 of 5 students from the second year could reach it. I think and I am sure that from the third year, the same number we reach, and the year you will start now. So we can predict really that 4 or 5 means that anybody who really would like to push the gas pedal in the Ferrari, they can go. But this number means as well, if you don't push the gas pedal, nobody will push instead of you. So I think this is a very good number and tell you what actually you need to do. Concerning the progress is finite, however, there are dangers in the system, because if you pass your complex exam, you have 3 years to complete your PhD. So if you start well, but if you a little bit slow down later, it means that you can have also difficulties. So actually, when we looked at, as I said, 82% succeeded, and we had actually a very clear barrier inside. One paper has to be submitted if you want to go to the complex exam. And we also have another barrier at the end. You can go to defend your PhD if you have 2 first author papers at a minimum level of 5 impact factors. So this is what we had so far. However, what we realize that currently only 2% reach the PhD level. Of course, it's still ongoing, so we still have 1.5 years, so it definitely will be higher. But this is the 2 barriers we had actually so far. What has changed actually from the next year, from this semester, that we actually built up another 2 barriers. So those who start the program, you have to reach 1 submitted article by the end of year 2. This is how to come to the complex exam. As I said, 80% could do. But however, in year 3, when you at the end, this article you submitted at year 2, it has to be accepted. Otherwise, you can't start the year 4, the final year actually. But let's think about if you don't have 1 article accepted within 1 year, it's very, very difficult to pass. In year 4, after the 7th semester, you have to have 1 accepted and 1 submitted article, because it helps you to finish it at the latest of year 5. So this can help you, because what you can do, if you're not reaching 1 level, you always have the chance to passivate your PhD during the training. So it means that you can delay these 3 years even to 4 or 5 years. So this barrier will help much more students to reach the PhD than without the barriers, because usually if you see, oh, I have 5 years, and you start thinking about after 4 years what to do, after you can be really actually in danger. So in year 1, it's different than year 2 and year 4. This is your golden year. You will be really, really active this part. You will have plenty of education, workshops, e-learning, what you have to achieve. You are with us 4 days, and you still can do your work 1 day outside. The calendar was already sent you by the time. Of course, outside of CTM, we always have program, so I really encourage you to join in. These are really lots of fun inside, and you can come anytime. Of course, we always have social clubs, so always at the end of the progress reports, you can come with us to different parties. There are challenge days. For example, when we last week went around the Lake of Balaton within 1 day by bike. Of course, this is challenging, and plenty of people try to recover. Some people cannot recover during the training, only after just a couple of days. But these are really, really fun programs. So anybody who feels to be challenged, who would like to come for social club or arts club, it's also actually open for you. So what I would like to finish I don't think that too many things needs to have from you to be successful. What you need to have passion. You need to want to do it. You need curiosity. And of course, you need luck. But I always say that luck is you can always luckier if you work more time. Motivation is important to start if you are year 1 students. But to be successful, you need to have a commitment. Otherwise, you can't reach actually your goals. So here at CTM, our aim is to provide really opportunities for you to get new knowledge and to set realistic aims for you. And of course, everybody is a little bit afraid of this new, that will I make mistakes? What will happen? And for sure, all of you will make mistakes. We are still making mistakes. Okay, that how many mistakes I will have, how many rejected papers I will have. Oh, hopefully a lot. Because if you would like to elevate your success rate, first you have to elevate your failure rate. So as much as you fail, as high as your benefits and success will be at the end of the one. So success consists of going from failure to success. There is only one single difference between a failure and success, that the success means that you tried one more time. So this is what we would like from you. Here are the numbers what the center reached. If you look at that, within 3 years we published papers over 1,000 impact factors. The average is around 5 impact factors. And we have really, really very good collaboration with the National Academy of Scientists Education. So you not only have a possibility of doing here research, but to meet really, really excellent scientists, Nobel laureates. And this program is the second part of a huge national program. The first part started at secondary school. So I would like to finish my presentation with that, to see this, to watch this short video. And after the video, I would like to finish my words and wish you all the best for 2024 and 25. So I ask the people to start the video.
Science is an enterprise that relies upon young people and their ideas, and science will stop if we can't motivate young people to move into science.
So this program is about excellence. A few excellent young scientists can already greatly boost the quality of Hungarian scientific life.
The main aims of the National Academy of Scientists Education are to sensitize talented young people to science, help them to develop in their undergraduate years, and teach them how to turn scientific knowledge to society's benefit.
How should a society react if a serious healthcare challenge, like the COVID-19 pandemic, or a wave of cancer, dementia, or diabetes arises? First of all, scientific activity is indispensable to understand how a particular disease develops. And then new therapeutic algorithms need to be created. Such an enormous enterprise requires a lot of young talents and creative ideas. In 2013, to discover and train young talents in Hungary, the National Academy of Scientist Education launched its educational program based on two main constituent elements: secondary school education program, university education program. More than 2,700 pupils and their teachers from 210 partner schools participate in the secondary school program. Both theoretical and practical education of the highest level is delivered in 7 national base schools and 21 regional base schools under the direction of 25 St. Georgi senior teachers, whose primary goal is to start fostering from an early age on the success of talented pupils who wish to opt for a career in research in the future. Pupils can regularly attend laboratory practices, multi-day project-based trainings, and receive theoretical education at the regional base school closest to their home.
It is extremely important these days that we approach children and young students in middle school and get them informed and hopefully interested in natural sciences.
They have exposure to laboratory exercises. They have devoted teachers.
Thanks to the results of recent years, the university training program of the Academy expanded into a nationwide program in 2021, involving all the cities in Hungary that have a higher education establishment dedicated to life sciences.
I think the development is fantastic. When I came first time, it was a program centered in Szeged, with students coming from different parts of Hungary. But meanwhile, the program has developed into 2 branches, and actually one of these branches aims at revolutionizing science education in all of Hungary.
The most important elements of the university education program is that each St. Georgi student has the opportunity to conduct research work under the supervision of a St. Georgi mentor. These mentors are all recognized scientists selected for the job on the basis of professional criteria, and their main task is to help foster the professional career of their mentees.
If they choose to develop career in science, they will have the view of the entire distance between the patient bed and the route to try and cure and help and develop drugs like we do.
Thanks to the expansion of the program, the number of students and mentors has increased significantly in recent years. Not only are St. Georgi students in charge of various independent projects, but they also show their excellence by authoring and co-authoring a growing number of publications.
I see it as a very really pioneering program which does not exist in most countries, and I think it's a real service to the community and also to science.
I became a scientist because I realized that as a doctor we are treating things very, very incompetently, not because we as doctors are bad, but because we just as humans don't understand what's going on.
However, scientific discoveries will serve society benefits only if they are actively implemented in daily practice. For this purpose, we also need science-oriented healthcare professionals such as medical doctors, dietitians, psychologists, and physiotherapists, who can effectively translate these discoveries and knowledge into daily healthcare practices. The Academy also supports the second part of this journey, the Translational Medicine Hybrid PhD program, launched in 2016, aims to provide healthcare professionals with the knowledge essential to translate scientific results to their patients' benefits. Since 2019, 38 students, including doctors, dietitians, psychologists, economists, have defended their PhD thesis as part of the program. To date, more than 300 PhD students and 200 mentors from 21 countries have joined the international program. Recently, the program has accelerated significantly with the support of Semmelweis University, the government of Hungary, and Academia Europaea. The healthcare professionals have been able to demonstrably improve the quality of patient care in a short time, which, in addition to its positive social impact, has also resulted in cost-effective patient care. Besides the several professional and social events, students of secondary schools and universities, as well as healthcare professionals, can attend the meetings of Nobel laureates and talented students, which are organized by the Academy twice a year. At the conferences, approximately 500 guests, pupils, students, mentors, doctors, and other faculty members can listen to scientific presentations of professional quality, participate in educational events, and meet or talk to Nobel Prize-winning scientists and internationally renowned researchers.
It's very important to start early to engage people in science, but it's also very important to support young researchers both during their training and as they become independent investigators, to provide adequate support to allow them to succeed early on in their careers.
Since the first meeting in 2012, the Academy has held 21 successful conferences, with the prestigious participation of 14 Nobel laureates hailing from different parts of the world.
Everybody was very engaged, I would say. I mean, I think the future for young Hungarian scientists is looking quite bright, actually. I mean, as we know, there's plenty of talent here. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Wish them luck.
There seems to be a real energy, and you have such a heritage of scientific discovery in Hungary that I think it would be a shame if you don't capitalize upon it, build upon it. I see you're doing that.
The capital that you are building through this program, human capital, social capital, and potential economic capital, this is a great investment, and I really think that every country should have programs like this, and I think that you should invest as much as you can afford it.
Peter Higi convinced me that it's a good idea to train young people of the area of Szeged, and knowing Peter Higi, I know that he's a very hard worker, very enthusiastic. and I just got infected by his enthusiasm.
Thank you. So yes, we are really hard workers. And we listen to the Nobel laureates who said that this is really, really worth investing you. And this is why we are here. CTM is here to invest our energy for your success. This year you will have the privilege to meet 3 or 4 Nobel laureates. It hasn't been decided, the 4th one, he already confirmed, but the date has changed in December and April. I hope that many of you can attend and enjoy it. So with this video and with my message, I would like to thank very much for the team at CTM as well, who are working year by year harder and harder, and even this year definitely will be harder with these lots of students. And I just wish you that enjoy the program. Thank you very much for your attention.